My name is Pavlo Oliinyk. I'm QC project manager in Ubisoft Ukraine. And I would like to share with you my experience with iSQI and ISTQB certifications because I recently completed the expert level ones. So the first topic that I would like to talk about is the motivation, what motivated me to certify for the expert level. And I heard about ISTQB in particular years ago in my first years in the job, and good time later on, I started to work on obtaining it. And particularly for the expert, it kind of feels unfinished to have advanced and foundational, which I had 2 years ago, and not having the expert. Plus, I'm slowly going to the 10 years in the profession, which is a solid milestone, and the certification is a good statement of dedication and a good achievement to have at this time. Plus, in the working field, some positions are not available if you don't have a certain level of the certificate. So expert is unlocking more advanced and higher positions. And alongside this journey, I also faced some challenges which I want to also talk about. And it's the first of all, and I think it's the biggest one. It's the syllabus is written for the software testing, and I work in the game dev, and this leads to some things being described differently and done differently between the syllabus and the processes that are done in my company. So some topics from strategic and operational parts were currently above my role, and I was relying more on theoretical knowledge than a practical one because I have a lot of practical with people management. But in general, this was the biggest challenge, to face the theoretical parts which you need to learn from the syllabus versus the processes that are done in companies that adapt the process, not follow it by the book. And to fulfill these challenges, I needed to define some kind of approach. And for me, I decided to study myself without purchasing any support or courses. It was hard, but it was a challenge for me that I set to myself. And I went for syllabus, and I basically turned it into the notes, and I rewrote it with examples from my job, and I wrote it in a way that I would understand more with my phrasing, not generally this phrasing that was in the syllabus originally. And I also took into account that it's a syllabus and it's a short explanation. And I went for the reference links that are there, and they are needed because they will give you broader perspective on the things that are there. So I can't say that I used every reference link that was available, but they helped a lot in certain topics. And in general, I spent around 4 months for the whole preparation and exam taking. It could be done faster, but that's the approach that I've chosen and the timeline that worked for me. And after the preparation, the actual exam phase started. And my experience with iSQI was actually very good. I had the questions, I had a lot of the questions, and they were all answered promptly. I remember the first case, actually, when I had to reach out for the support, it was when I did the part 1 strategic, and I couldn't connect to the test environment at all. So I reached out to the support, and they were super professional, and they immediately gave me another key. So I could do the exam again and not be failed on technicality. So the experience is great. So while studying for the exam, I had the chance to review my knowledge and structure it a bit, which is good. But also the knowledge from strategic and operational one helped me to better understand the processes which are described as a generalistic ones in syllabus, and it's adapted in my current job in Ubisoft. So this helps me to move better on the processes and projects that I'm have an impact on. They can be on the project, they can be on a studio level, they can be on a more global level. But this helped me to understand better the execution and the preparation for global procedures. And then for the tips, I think test management is a good basis to see how the process works from different sides, and that's why you have expert level divided in three parts: strategic, operational, and test and the team management. Because first you take a look on how to decide on a strategy that will work for your case, and then how to organize the operations for the case, and then how to take care about the team who will execute all this strategic approach and operations being done. So yeah, and you will see some similarities in your job, and you will recognize some parts of it from the syllabus. And also want to mention two things. The first one, if you're thinking, should I go for certification or shouldn't I just go for it? Because no matter the level, being it foundational or expert, the chances are that while you are preparing for the exam, you will have some new knowledge, or you will have a different perspective on the knowledge that you have, which is a good thing. And also, the certificate itself is a statement of your dedication and your work. So it's a good thing to have in your CV, in your experience. And then secondly, don't be afraid to fail the exam, because I did fail a couple of times. And I later retook it, and just take your time, review the answers that you had, and study more, and then you will succeed. Just don't stop in the middle. And that's what I wanted to say, I think.